Beautiful. Thank you. And a warm welcome to others who are maybe joining us, not for the live Zoom call. A warm welcome to all of those members of the Miracles Tribe. I'm Carly Jed Hardy and Teresa McGallagher here, and we have Maria and Seema and Molly and Karen with us today. And we've started this little precursor journey. The first week, we were to write on a card and to paste it where we could see it to rest in God. And I don't know about you, but that's extremely hard for me to do. I am a doer. And in my mind, I just always click down and think, this went well, I did this well. Oh, that didn't go well. So I sort of keep tabs on how I should be feeling according to what I've accomplished in a day or what I've done and how I've done it. And I have become this perfectionist. And just in this week, and sorry, when my heart gets touched, I just never thought life could be so beautiful or that you could really be authentic. So sometimes I do get choked up about it, but I've decided to turn all that need for perfection over to Holy Spirit. Just to quit trying so hard. And for me, it's trying so hard to get it right. It's sort of like, I'm done, beautiful sisters. That just is not working, as has exhausted me. So thank you for joining me in that beautiful place of what it means to rest in God. And Teresa did a beautiful Facebook Live where she just talked about we're not in charge. We're not in charge. And so reading in the mornings, connecting with the divine, and repeating lessons throughout the day, and then taking all that energy that I've used perfect and have my surroundings perfect to really rest with Holy Spirit and turn my life over. So thank you so much if each of you, and also it does simplify life. My life has become very simple, and it's been so beautiful to, Karen is my friend, and she said, you know, and she can say it again, but for this Christmas, I am birthing the Christ within me. And that just gives me such beautiful direction, because there's a part of me that wants to skip Christmas altogether. It just hasn't felt, and I did do huge family Christmases and huge family trees and sending out cards, and now I'm redefining it. So what a beautiful thing and a direction to rest in God and to birth the Christ within and keep it simple. So yes, if there's anyone who would like to go next, or Teresa, if you would like to.
Carly, why don't you call on people and I'll go last so we can just keep things moving and orderly.
Okay, that sounds beautiful. Yes. Maria, do you want to give us an update on these weeks of preparation?
So this week we had, as the last week at college, so I had loads of essays to do, and sometimes it's not easy because of the language, because I have this wrong perception that I don't know stuff. So I said, you know what, because I keep thinking I have to do it today, so what I did was I sat in front of the computer very calmly, and I said, I'm going to rest in God. Whatever I write. Whatever I do, and it will be great. It is great because it comes from God. And I did it. I did the essay. So, and I was quite happy with it. So, because it was flowing, you know, I wasn't trying hard. I was just calm and letting things flow. And I did all my essays. So tonight I finished another one, and that's me done.
Woohoo.
And we have another extra challenge here because we're going to lock down again. So yeah, so but I thought you know what, I rest in God. That's fine. Whatever happens outside, whatever happens, you know. My life is not here. The other day I just woke up and I thought, do you know, life is not here. Why are people worried?
Yeah.
You know? So it's
Good.
okay. So that was this week.
Mm. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, I love that when you stopped trying so hard, you could feel it flowing. Oh, that is
Yeah, it was just
gorgeous.
nice. I thought, you know, I have to remember to do that, you know, all the time. It's just that conscious decision of, you know, let it go, just, you know, giving it up to the Holy Spirit. But no, we like to try hard. Don't know why.
And I think for me, when I try hard, then I also go back in my mind and think of everything that I tried so hard to do that didn't work. And so that simplification in my mind of I'm resting in God, and all of my past was exactly as it was meant to be too. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, Seema, I don't know if you had time to practice or if you have been able to work on resting in God or simplifying your life, and I'm sure you have with just 2 suitcases.
Yes, I certainly have
And
simplified my
maybe how
life.
Christmas is going.
Yeah. No, I'm just recognizing myself in everything you say. And yeah, I just realized it's so simple. And while Maria was talking, I've been thinking that I'm gone senile, because if somebody asks me like, oh, what did you do yesterday or last weekend? I can't remember. And I'm thinking something's wrong with me. But now I realize I don't remember because it's actually not important, because it's in the past, it's gone, and it's not important. I'm here right now. And people keep asking me for the last year, like my friends and family. So whenever I talk to someone, I know this question will come up, and I come to hate that question. It's, so Seema, what's your plan? And I go nuts. I'm like, no. So I went to Sweden this summer to visit, having dinner with some dear childhood friends of mine. So Seema, what's your plan? What are you doing next? I'm like, well, there is a plan. It's just that I'm not aware of it. And that didn't go down too well. Because
I'm
they
not in
didn't get it,
charge.
right? So I kind of I've been stressing up because of everybody else's stress on me not knowing my way forward. But then I think my work right now is being in some kind of having faith and trust that there is someone who knows my way forward. And normally in my previous life, I've always been very curious and want to learn things and want to develop different skills, and I don't know what. So I've always felt like, oh, now I want to work with this, and now I want to work with that, now I want to do this. And the past 2 years, it's just been a blank. The only thing I want to do is work with Course in Miracles, to study Course in Miracles. So I'm just resting in that maybe this is what I'm meant to do, so I can actually go and be the light in the world, or, you know, try to extend what we're learning here. So take a chill pill, basically. That's my lesson. And relax.
That's
My life is very simple. The only thing I do, I live just by the beach. So when I come out of my house, I can only choose 2 ways to walk, like left or right, because in front I have the sea, and behind there's basically nothing. So I just normally come out like, where do I want to go? To the right or to the
Love
left?
that.
Okay. Yeah, so my life is very simple right now.
Very simple.
Yeah, very simple. You just get food and, you know, just take a walk and talk to people who give me energy and nothing else, and just study and take all the opportunities, and there are many of them, to learn from and to forgive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Thank you, Seema. I love that word, forgiveness.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that it's just, it helps me be able to find the peace and to actually rest in God when I have that tool of forgiveness. And also step out of any kind of victim very quickly, so that I love that I caused it, and then I can also forgive it. So beautiful. Thank you for that report. And Karen, do you want to go next?
Yes, I'd love to. Seema, I loved your sharing. I used to get that question quite often, and I finally came up with the answer that I loved. I would just say, someone else is in charge of my life. And so I'm just waiting for them to give me the direction. And when I have a plan, I'll let you know. So that was cute. This week, I had the opportunity of having a friend stay with me from San Diego. And so she loves to clean, she loves to declutter, and she loves to decorate. So she was only going to stay one night, and I felt inspired to just say, would you stay longer? And she ended up staying 5 days. And so in 5 days, we completely decluttered, simplified my home, bought certain things that I was hoping to get to warm it up. It's very cold here. And when we finished, I looked at her and I said, oh, this was my assignment for the week. And I'd kind of forgotten. So, and in every moment together, we have a very, it's a very synchronistic relationship, and we just flow together because she is a studier also, not of the course, but of Yogananda. And so it was as if we were resting in the peace with God in every moment as we were guided to our next step. So I had a delightful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Once again, I love hearing of that when we rest in God, that we just enter into a beautiful flow. And things are almost being done. Things start happening to us. That, yeah, such a beautiful thing to witness. So thank you. And Molly, do you want to unmute and
Sure.
welcome?
Thank you.
Share a little bit.
Yeah, so this past week, I feel like I related to Maria and Seema a lot. I'm currently working 2 jobs, and one of them I'm attempting to start my own business. So that has a lot of different components to it. And with the 2 jobs, of course, there's a lot of different tasks and going back and forth between different things, and you can easily get overwhelmed or forget to do something. So when I think about it, I try to make lists and things like that so I can keep track of things, maybe walk away for a few minutes, take time to recollect myself. And like today, actually I did some baking. I made a pizza, which was fun, and I used different toppings so it looked like a face and had like a winter hat and like a scarf and everything. So it was super it was delicious. And I really needed that today to, rest, take my mind off of things, kind of reset and collect myself for this next upcoming week. But, still working on being consistent and remembering to take that extra breath and being calm so I can get everything that needs to get done. So I rest with God when I do that.
Carly, you're muted.
Beautiful, Molly. Thank you, Teresa. You're making me smile and so full of cheer that you put a scarf on the pizza.
I use red and green.
Scarf and had fun with it. Yes. I just have been finding reasons to laugh today to keep myself in the spirit. So that would really be something that would make me smile. And Teresa, do you want to go next?
Yeah, Seema, I could really also relate to your story. I moved from Virginia after living in Virginia for 10 years. We moved to Texas in 2018. And everybody kept asking me, what are you going to do there? Are you going to get a job? Where, how are you going to make friends? How are you going to meet people? And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to wait and see what happens. Like, I'll see how things unfold. I'm not going to try to make anything happen. And people could not accept that answer. It didn't compute, they were like, this doesn't make any sense, because the ego mind always wants to try to force things and try to push. But the Holy Spirit mind is about allowing, just allowing. So, and accepting whatever comes up. And what I found was when I moved to Texas that things just fell in place so beautifully for me. I found a yoga studio that was just a few minutes from my house, and I started going there 3-4 times a week. And then I asked the yoga studio owner if I could start a Course in Miracles study group, and she was very excited and interested. She didn't know anything about it, but she allowed me to talk to all the different yoga classes, and we formed a very nice group. And things just naturally took their course and worked themselves out for me there. So this has been my practice now for several years of just focusing on the ease and the grace of spirit and keeping my mind in that place instead of getting caught up in the to-do list and all the worldly distractions that try to every once in a while my mind will go that way, but then I pull it right back as soon as I realize what's happening. And I'm very fortunate because my children are grown, so it's not like I have to give my attention to a lot of other people in the household all day. I know it's much more difficult when you're living with other people. But I also have found simplifying my life has made it so much better. We have this, especially in the US, we have this notion that more is better. The more stuff we have, the more places we go, the more activities we're involved in, the more friends we have, the better life is. And when I intentionally released relationships that made me miserable, or stopped interacting with people who dragged me down, and stopped putting time and energy into things that just really tired me out, life just got so much better. Now I can spend time and energy on things that I really enjoy. And that, of course, that always starts with joining with Holy Spirit first thing in the morning so that the day can flow from there. So this resting in God's been my practice for a long time now. And I actually feel like a spaciousness around me, not almost like a physical thing. Like I can feel that I'm like one step back from all the stuff that's going on in the world. And I can go in, get involved, and then I can just kind of step back again. So it's really nice to be able to rest in that space and not have to have a lot of ups and downs, be buffeted all the time by external things. Because what we find out is the external things come from here. Yeah. We're only seeing it out there if we're having it in here. So the calmer the mind becomes, the easier life has gotten.
Beautiful. That is so great. And do you want to go ahead and just give a little bit of a preview as to our next preparatory step?
Yeah, next step. So first of all, I want to remind everybody, in case you don't already know, today we're celebrating the winter solstice now. We're going to be having the shortest day of the year. And tonight we'll see Jupiter and Saturn in the sky, visible to the naked eye, and near enough to each other that they're supposed to look like one star, one bright star near the moon. And I've been reading that this is the conjunction of planets that were happening at the time of the birth of Jesus that appeared as a star of Bethlehem. So I encourage everybody to try to look for that if you can. I don't know, in different latitudes, if it'll be tonight or tomorrow night that you'll be able to see it, maybe even in the daylight sky too. But this is a very energetic, portent for us, like a time of rebirth and renewal and moving into a whole new phase of energy, a whole new millennium here. So what we're going to be doing this upcoming week is making a commitment to ourselves and to each other and to the Christ to stay focused and prioritize our connection with the divine. Because when that's the number one thing, when that's the first priority, everything else falls into place. I don't know if you all familiar with that Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that triangle that says at the bottom, everybody's struggling to survive, to eat, to reproduce, and then there's different levels of needs. And then when you get to the top, you become self-actualized. Well, everybody always tries to go up that triangle and then they keep sliding back down. They never make it to the peak. So we're going to flip that thing on its head this week. We're going to make self-actualization the foundation, the bottom for everything.
Oh, I love that.
When you will find that when your focus is on inner peace, all those other things will naturally unfold. We don't have to try so hard. We don't have to struggle. We'll, just like Maria was saying about her essays, when we pause in the holy instant, take a deep breath, like Molly said, remember who we are, that we're the light of the world. Each and every one of us, we're all different flames lit from the same lighter. And when we remember that, we'll see that other things unfold. But what happens is when we start on this journey of spiritual awakening, all kinds of distractions will come up. So we're going to do a commitment letter, and I'll be sending it out to you to do the workbook lessons starting on January 1st and do them every day. And hopefully first thing upon waking up in the morning, and to work with a partner so that we can keep one another accountable and to stay the course no matter what distractions come up, no matter what kind of conflict we think we're experiencing, to move through it. We have to move through it to get out to the other side. And so those things are going to happen. Things are going to break. Things are going to go wrong. But we'll keep remembering that that doesn't have anything to do with who we really are and what we're doing here. What we're doing here is service to humanity by accepting the atonement for ourselves and remembering who we are and remembering to relax and that everything's okay and that we are each at the right time in the right place, that all that other stuff will be resolved for us and we don't need to focus on that. So I'll send that out to you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me or Carly know. Carly and I will be holding space for everyone energetically and sending positive vibes to all of you for your progress and for your elevation and for you to feel the love and to feel the connection and to feel the joy and the peace that we have experienced. Do you want to add something, Carly?
Beautiful.
No, I just, well, most of all, just want to express my love to each of you. And please know that you are each a miracle. Just an absolute miracle. And Teresa's, I can just speak for myself in my life. Just the vision that we've had and now to actually be meeting with you. Yeah, it's just, so when you go away, yes, when the call ends and you're on your own, hopefully in your mind you will feel the love and know how much you mean to us. And in that, you will feel the peace of God in your mind. And just how much fun it is to play with you. Yes, I feel so lucky to be able to do that. Just have to put on the music one more time.
Oh.
Yes, 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 yes.
Stevie Wonder. Okay.
Everybody can just know, huh? That you're wonderful, beautiful. Yes. And just on Christmas Day, know that our hearts are all together. So our hearts are one as we celebrate, yes, the Christ within on that day. So we can choose peace. Lovely. I
Yes,
think
we
that's
wish
all I
you
have
all
to say,
all
Teresa.
a very Merry
Yes, thank
Christmas,
you.
because our next call will be after Christmas. So I know it's been kind of a weird year with 2020 and COVID for a lot of people, not being able to celebrate the way they traditionally do. But the meaning of Christmas is in your heart. It's not about external decorations and gifts and food and all that jazz. It's about the
Yeah.
love, which we can have Christmas every day is our goal.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions before we sign off, or anything else they want to add?
I
have
do
a
have a
question.
question. Are we having a Zoom call then every Sunday?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay, every Sunday at 2. All right.
And we'd like to, at one point, hopefully the end of this month, do a group of 8, a healing circle with
Okay.
Elizabeth Taggart's Power of 8 process, which
Okay.
Kelly will help us with. So
Okay.
we'll keep you posted about that as well.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
And also, thank you that as you've joined, I think that you've come to know that we gave a donation in your name to a woman in a developing country.
Love that.
So
Thank you.
I think it's so beautiful that this Christmas, not only do we celebrate ourselves, but that we made a difference in in women's lives, that
That's
they
so
can feel the peace and feel the joy that we.
Okay.
Okay, wish
Namaste.
you all a wonderful week.
Okay, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry
Merry,
Christmas.
Merry.
Bye.
Bye.
Merry
I'm
Christmas.
eating the pizza. And get warm, Maria.
Oh, well.
Get warm again.